Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm using Carl's strap for 3 different purposes. First is I'm using it to carry my sticks. These are some homemade sticks I made after the Flinging Arrows design. And I just take one of the links in the Versa strap and I put it over the stick. Just slide it on like that. And then one on the other end. And they stay on, there's no problem. And you can adjust the length, of course, by choosing which loop you use. So when I get to my tree, first thing I do is I slide those off. I still keep a Nitei's gear tie on my sticks, keeps them nice and tight. The first stick I have here, I have a 1/4 inch Amsteel rope on it. And that one's just on here because I wanted to show the difference between using the Amsteel 1/4 inch and the 7/64 in a daisy chain. So I'm going to put this on the tree. I find it holds better when you go underneath the Versa button and then over, because when you push down, this part of the rope is going to tie in faster than if it goes over the top and goes around. This part of the rope is going to want to pull away. So I pull it as tight as I can, and of course you always get some of that crap going on where you're moving things around. Get it tight, put in a couple of half hitches, which is what most people are doing. Already my fingers are getting cold. So now what I want you to see is how much this is going to slide down now. I can try to raise this up a little bit, but there's nothing much I can do to get that to go up at this point. So watch how much this moves when I start stepping on it. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's noisy, and it probably moved a good 1/2 inch. If you come right here, you can see how much that moved. It looks like it was more like 1.5 inches or 2 inches that it moved down. Okay, so now the other thing I don't care about using the 1/4 inch Amsteel is untying it when I get finished with my hunt. My fingers are cold. I have to take my gloves off. I usually have them off anyway at this point. Okay. The other thing too is besides untying it, is that when you wrap it up to stack them back up, these ropes are a little bit bulky, and the next stick doesn't want to stack so nicely. So here's the 7/64 Amsteel with a daisy chain. I start the chains about 18 inches away from the stick, and what I do, I'll show you, I'll do this in one step instead of 2. You set your height. I'm going to make my bottom step up here because I'm going to use Carl's stick, or Carl's Versa strap as an aider also. So you find your closest link, and then you use your fingers to kind of push that up. So I'm going to get very little play on this stick once I do that. Okay, see how much that moved? Not much. And now it's all settled in. It didn't make a bunch of noise. And then I'm going to take Carl's strap. I'm going to put it around my foot. Girth hitch that onto my foot. Now I have a link here in the Versa strap that I already marked with a Sharpie. And I'm going to slide that over my top step. And now I'm going to put my foot into the tree. And I'm going to step up. And now I've used that strap for 2 purposes. And I'm a lot higher in the tree with one stick than I would be. So you just come around the other side, hun. So then you just slide your strap off, put on your next stick about this high, strap it back on, climb the next one. So now for most of my sets, I can go in with only 3 sticks instead of 4. So to go down, you slip it back on, just like that, over the step. You step down into it, and you're off the tree. The other nice thing I like about this Amsteel rope is that it comes off real easy. This daisy chain comes right off. And then you strap it up, and just like that around the Versa button again, and it's real easy to stack them. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do with this, when I get to the top of the tree, I'm going to take it off my foot, and I'm going to wrap it around the tree. I'm going to girth hitch to itself again. I'm going to hang my bag on it, set it where I want. I'm going to hang my bag here. It's going to keep it tight. I'm going to hang my bow on it and all my other gear that I need. I can put it at any height. So that's the last thing there. Last thing I want to show you is if you're on a skinny tree. Come on over here. You go, well, this is a really skinny tree. I wouldn't put it on a tree like this. But if you get on a tree that's too small and you come around and you say, well, my daisy chains haven't started yet at that point. Actually, the first daisy chain was about the parent around that tree. But you can always go around the tree twice with this. Find your closest link that'll work. Do the same thing with your fingers if you want. And you're solid and you're climbing. So it's really easy to use. All right, message me with any questions you have about this. Simplest setup. The daisy chains took me about an hour a piece to make, and it's really slick setup, really light. Thank you.